Okay, let's see. Getting getting this set up here. Oh, actually, you know what? Well, maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Let me fire up here, let's see. It's patch in the source. And there we go. Looks like we're getting a picture. All right. So, by the way, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm taking a little drop into ARK. Now, ARK is a title that I played before, and yeah, it was a little bit of fun. It's a little sandbox environment, and since the old lady gamer is always telling me, she's like, could you stop playing female characters? I was like, all right, you know what? For you, my dear, I'll go ahead. I will make this a male character. So, um, basically, I recently built a new gaming rig, and ARK used to kind of chunk along on my other rig. It looked okay, but could look better. So I'm curious to see with an R9 3900X and an RTX 2080 Super, and crank ARK up all the way. Basically, I slid all of the settings to the max. How does it look? And in fact, the old lady gamer and I were just playing Conan Exiles last night, and so let's see. Compared to Conan Exiles, yikes, things look overly sharp here in ARK. Yeah, it's still a little performance issues, and that's the thing. Conan Exile seems to perform so well. I think it's better optimized than ARK is. Yeah, ARK still looks okay. Um, but somebody really needs to do some work on optimizing this title. Okay, as we can see, it all starts with gathering stuff here on the beach, which is the same thing that we saw in Conan Exiles. Conan Exile seems to take a lot of cues from ARK in terms of how things work, at least initially. Um, but ARK doesn't really have a story per se. Now I believe they have DLCs out that they're like, finally, there's a story. But at the moment, I'm not buying them. So this is, like I said, this is basically just for me. I'm just testing out to see how does ARK look with a newer gaming rig. Now that I've upgraded myself here. I've been fortunate that throughout this entire horrible pandemic thing that I'm continuing to work. So I saw that NVIDIA is probably going to have the product launch for the 3000 series in September. I'm really tempted. I would love to buy. I mean, this time around, I couldn't afford the 2080 Ti, but things have gotten better for me lately. Um, so now I could have, if I hadn't already bought this 2080 Super. So I don't know. Maybe next time. I love punching trees, for wood. With Conan Exiles, you start out by finding branches around. I tried punching trees in Conan Exiles and it doesn't work. So that's one way in which Conan Exiles and ARK diverge. Is that here we do a lot of tree punching in order to get that initial wood. Let's see. I should be able to craft something. Oh, and as you can see, my stuff is flashing. So there we go. Okay. And let's see. I know how to make a stone pick, but probably handy to learn other things. But here, we'll start with the pick. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that note. There we go. And so stone hatchet, spear, that's important. Not quite enough for a fire, but that's okay. We'll be able to level up. Being able to at least defend ourselves is important. So a spear is a good start. I don't really have a try because I'm playing solo here. And this is actually just running on my own local computer here. Kind of with the whistle there. Let's see. Dum dum. Dum dum dum. Okay, a little rock here, a little rock there. So I'm going to try to take advantage of all these free materials that are just laying about. Hopefully I'll avoid any serious predators until I can build up a little bit. So, since I was playing Conan Exiles last night, I was curious to contrast it with ARK, which I have more experience with. Now, right away, like I said, I noticed the difference in terms of how well it's optimized. They could have done a little bit more work. Supposedly, ARK is quote unquote finished, but good grief, the optimization team really quit work early. Oh no, I'm getting robbed? These little creeps. Come back here, you. Arrgh. So I can just beat this Pegomastax. I don't even know how to say these names. Darn Klepto Dinosaur. Well, I'll just eat her. Oh, I'm getting robbed again! Come back here, you! He's swimming away with my stuff. Die! Apparently I've landed on the island of the swipers, so Dora the Explorer would be quite happy here. Die, you! There we go. And let's see, got a little material out of that corpse. Oh, and I have a level up. So, let's see. I should be able to research the campfire here in a second. But I know it's going to require some stone in order to put it together, so we'll get a little bit of stone here using the pick. I love how with his little stone pick he's breaking these giant boulders. Okay, so with this hatchet, we'll be able to more efficiently collect wood. Yeah, the picks are really good for stone, but they also are good for getting thatch off of trees as well. So that's if you need thatch, that's the tool to use. But here we go, and let's grab some wood. By the way, I'm running with all the default settings, so if anyone was curious, or like, well, do you have extra gathering enabled? Nope. This is just the default. Okay, and now I can get that campfire. Oh, dang it. Again. Little creep. That's what you get. Alright. Oh, great. No, not even any meat. I was hoping for something to cook. Oh. Well, now this guy is not aggressive, and he'll run away if you hit him. But I still don't need to antagonize him. Not just yet. Now, the good thing is that they are tameable and they ride rather well, and they're amphibious, so you can ride them through the water, and they come in handy for stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Well, it's going to be dark soon, so good to have a torch. In fact, one way that people will level up their character is by making quite a few torches, and you get experience for the things that you craft, so I will use them eventually. Oh, look at that. Oh, someone's out there fishing. So I can make a few torches, and that will add to my character's experience, at least here early on. And there we go, another level up. Yeah, he walks more slowly while he's crafting because I guess he's sort of concentrating on crafting as he walks, or at least that's probably the thinking there. I'm probably going to make an initial little place out of thatch, so I want to be able to gather enough wood and thatch in order to start making a little base. Okay, and here, let's see. Well, I'm getting over encumbered already, so yeah, we can craft some things and then start putting them down. The good thing about putting down a little base is that I'll be able to craft like some storage so I can start dumping things as I collect them so that I have some place to put them. For now, it may get cold at night, so I'm going to try to craft this set of clothes here so that at least he's covered up, protected from the elements at least a little bit, as much as this little set will allow me to. So they're all in my crafting queue, and they're getting made. Now, the character doesn't put them on automatically, so I still have to go in here and say, all right, I want you to actually put on your clothes that I made for you. And you'll notice that ARK is a little bit more prudish than Conan Exiles, so there's no real nudity in this game. I have to admit, with the lack of optimization, I mean, it's just anecdotal, but it just, yeah, ARK just feels like it runs a little bit more chunkily than something like Conan Exiles, and um, I know that they had made an ARK available on some of the console platforms, and I always wondered how badly that ran. Yeah, consoles are not bad. It's just they're typically not as powerful as your typical PCs. This example here, I'm actually running on an R9 3900X, which, if you're not familiar with it, is a Ryzen third generation, and it is using 12 cores with 24 threads. So it's just let it all hang out. As many threads as this game will use, the processor will make available. Now, it sounds impressive, but often these titles are not designed to use more than a set number of threads, anyways. So there may be threads that are going unused. But that's okay. That gives me extra threads, which I can dedicate to video capture, and that they don't have to share resources with the game. So the game runs at full speed, video capture runs at full speed. I'm both streaming and recording locally, so it's good to have more threads. Okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and place my little fireplace here, and that way I will have a little source of light at night, and something that I can use to cook up any meat that I acquire, because the meat will tend to spoil rather quickly. Now, all this wood and stone that's here on the beach will actually respawn given time, with one stipulation. As I look at putting things down, I can't cover up any of the spawn points. Otherwise, well, then they won't spawn again. And so you'll hear that from players when you're on a public server. As you build your base, they'll be like, hey, don't cover up the spawns. And, because they want to be able to go out and get those resources. Okay, let's see. I could probably put in a few things here. I've got some meat. I've got some wood. So I need the wood in order to power it up. Okay, that's an excessive amount of wood, but it should be good anyways. And all right, light fire, and here we go. Now it's going to take a little while to cook, but as you can see, the meat has like a little durability meter that was going down, so it was about to turn rotten anyways. So this will save it from being wasted. And we'll just let that burn as we look around here. I see that they haven't really... oh, there's one of the drops. They haven't really updated these water effects. So we're probably going to see weird, artifacts in the water and other stuff. I was thinking by now ARK would have corrected that, but I guess they're happy with it. Okay, so see, we have some of the meat cooked already, and the rest is just going to take time. So here, I'll put it here on the bar, and that way when my guy is hungry, I can go ahead and munch a little bit. Now, in a pinch, these berries that I picked up can be used to feed him as well. So I can make sure that he doesn't starve to death. In fact, let's see, what is his current... Oh, yeah, look, the food is already down to 27, so I'll go ahead and feed him. Yeah, see, that cooked meat actually adds quite a bit to the food meter. Berries don't add very much. I found that out the hard way. You have to eat a lot of berries in order to satisfy this guy. Um, they're better for feeding the dinos. So come on, meat cook. In fact, I'm probably going to need to go get some more meat here pretty soon, just to make sure that he stays well fed. By the way, if you're just joining me on Twitch, hi, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I've just dropped into ARK just to see what's new. It's been a while since I played ARK. It's basically a sandbox survival title, and the last time I played it, my gaming rig was a more modest computer. I recently built a new gaming rig, and I was curious to see would ARK run better, look better. So I have ARK here with all of its settings set to maximum, just to see what it looks like. And it looks pretty much the same. I was hoping for more. I really was. It looks okay. ARK is attractive, but it has its quirks, and they haven't gone away. You'll see like weird artifacting in reflections in the water sometimes at distance. So we'll see that will probably pop up. Yeah, I think Conan Exiles does a better job in terms of optimization and use of resources, because I noticed that my computer has to work harder to render ARK than it does for something like Conan. Of course, perhaps Conan Exiles is doing some little tricks with object density, probably not rendering objects that are at greater distance at full resolution. And I get the impression that ARK is trying a little too hard for things that you can't see. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can go and get some more meat here. Look around and see what we see. Ah, it's a nice, fine day for a jog, huh? Guess he has a lot of stamina. He'll get tired eventually, but dum 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 dum. Well, hey, wait a minute. That looks big and nasty. Maybe I don't want to go that way. On second thought, is there anything close by? I just don't want to get that thing's attention. That looks big and unfriendly, shall we say? See, I wouldn't mind a nice turtle, but this thing, look how quick it is. Okay, time to go the other direction. I don't know if that thing's going to be attracted by the turtle that I thought I wanted. I'll go look elsewhere for my meal, because I can't deal with that right now. All right, well, let's see what else is over here. So we'll just kind of go a little cross country. So it looks like I'm basically have landed on a very tiny little peninsula. So let's see, what do we got here? I hear critters around. Oh, see, there are some of those water effects that I was expecting that I was hoping that they would have fixed by now, but from what I see. I did not expect that they did. Oh, here's a turtle. Actually, you know what? A dodo would be easier. A dodo is not going to fight us. It's just going to sit there and honk and then die. But it looks so fat and tasty. Now, I don't want to accidentally hit that turtle because then the turtle will get honked off and bite me with that giant beak. Um, I've actually been bitten by a turtle in real life, and wow! I mean, ferrets and hamsters and all kinds of other little bitey little creatures, they got nothing on a turtle. I tell you what, that turtle, wow! I made sure that, well, I've made sure since that encounter, there we go, here's some free meat. I am never, ever, ever going to get my fingers anywhere near a turtle again. That turtle taught me a lesson. Uh, yeah, so whatever you do, don't get anything you care about near a turtle, because they bite. And it's basically like being, let's see, it's like being someone compressing you with pliers, I would say. Yeah, being pinched with pliers, being bit by a turtle. Uh, and that was just a little turtle. I can't imagine some of these big ones. Oh, here we go. Honk honk. And let's see. Oh no, not punch. Come on, get the pick. There we go. All right, so you can either use a pick or a hatchet on the bodies, and I guess they get different resources. I was trying to remember. Oh, you know what? I think it was the hatchet that gives you more meat than the pick does. Oh well. I think the pick is better for getting hides, and the hatchet is better for getting meat. I used the wrong thing. Oh well. Well, at least I have something to cook. So here, we can get back to the fire here if I remember where it is. Here we go. And all right, so we've got a little bit of meat. So we can light the fire. Now this is the difference in this game. That fire will stay lit as long as there's fuel, whether there's something there to cook or not. So in a way, it makes a nice beacon at night. Oh, look, fish. All right, well, I'll take that. I love how they put coelacanths in this game. So if you're not aware, at one point in the real world, these fish were thought to be extinct until one day a researcher was in a market, a fish market in Africa, and he saw one for sale, and he's like, "What? But these are extinct!" And it's just there in the fish market. So not everybody talks to each other. It's like, what do you mean it's extinct? You know, we sell these things every Sunday. You know, we catch them all the time. Yeah, the coelacanths are interesting fish if you ever get a chance to see one. Okay, so cook that stuff up there. Oh, and notice that coelacanth gave me a different kind of meat, fish meat. Yeah, so I guess I can cook that too. Tum tum tum. Now these are just skins, so I can put this stuff on, and they're just for appearances. They're not actually there. They don't do anything. Oh, I guess it's one or the other. So either I'm wearing cool shades or I'm wearing my British expeditionary helmet thing. I don't even know what they call those kinds of hats. Uh, I think of it as the Panama Jack hat, but now that's going to bug me. I'm going to need to learn the proper name for that type of hat. All right, let's see. I'm remembering all the keys. Let's see. So it's been a while since I've played ARK. All right, so that's crouch. Whoops, wrong button. Because there are going to be instances where there are big predators that are real nasty and I won't want to attract their attention, and being able to be stealthy will actually be to my advantage there. So I'll try to use that where appropriate. All right, come on, cook. Oh, wait a minute, it is cooked. What am I thinking? Um, let's see. So we'll grab that last bit of meat, and then we'll fry up the fish meat. I like how it says owner, a tribe of Joe Fantabulous. So in the absence of a tribe name, it just names it after your character. Okay, let's see. Oh, well, those are commands that would come in handy if I had a pet or a mount, which I don't. So I'm not going to worry about those. Okay, it'll take a while for this stuff to cook. So we'll just leave that be. Dum 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 dum. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. Here, let's see. Grab some berries. Although, to be honest, what I'm really grabbing here is fiber. Because, yeah, again, I'm thinking of the initial little house, little base will probably be made of thatch, which means a whole lot of fiber in order to make that. So, yeah, visually, ARK is very beautiful. I don't know, things seem overly sharp compared to what we were enjoying with Conan Exiles. I don't know. I kind of like the way that they. Oh, uh-oh, we're running. Does that mean something bad is coming? Something spooked that guy. I wonder what it could be. One of the nice things about ARK is I think it tickles an interest that a lot of people have. I mean, they don't explicitly say it, but this is basically Land of the Lost, the video game. Because the whole idea was it's like, oh no, if you've never heard of it, the Land of the Lost was a television show, and they tried to reboot it once, but the original is still the best. Even though oh, here we go, here's a little friend. Ah. Yeah, you've been scaring the animals, haven't you? Well, not on my little peninsula, you don't. Come back here. I got a pointy stick. Ah, and now you are my dinner. Yum yum. Well, anyways, as I was saying, The Land of the Lost was an interesting show, and the premise is that a family is going along, and somehow on a rafting trip, they fall through a portal that drops them into the Land of the Lost, which appears to be an artificially created pocket in some dimension or something, because they can't seem to determine where they are, but there are boundaries to it, and they can't seem to escape. And it's populated with dinosaurs, and there's aliens, and there's all kinds of stuff in the Land of the Lost, um, as well as what seems like a reptilian race that's intelligent. So I guess predecessors to humans, except descendant from dinosaurs instead of from mammals. And so it's a fun show about exploring the Land of the Lost, and there are like mysterious obelisks and devices that were left there by whoever created the place. They have no idea why they're there. So it's basically ARK. ARK, I really think, completely ripped off the Land of the Lost, and so this is the Land of the Lost, the video game, or at least that's the way I like to look at ARK. They had a catchy theme song. You know, it was like the land of the lost. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, recovering stamina there. Eventually, it does run down, so I was just running this guy ragged. Let's see. Dum-dum-dum. Oh, get some more to eat here. Here's another little coelacanth. I have to watch out because there are predators in the ocean. Oh, you know, the funny thing about this silly game is that all water is fresh water. So, you know, the quote unquote ocean is you can drink this just as easily. Of course, well, maybe it's not actually fresh. I guess you could say, since we know that these survivors they wake up with something embedded in their arm and they're like, "Oh, somebody altered me." Perhaps there's an alteration that allows them to metabolize salt water. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it. See, there's more of those visual artifacts that I was kind of hoping that they would have fixed by now. So weird mirages and stuff like that. Oh well. ARK has pronounced, you know, itself as finished, so this is what we get. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I always enjoyed, like I said, the original Land of the Lost. I need to get that on disc sometime. To be honest, I don't even know if it's available on home video, at least not legally. Um, and I don't advocate, you know, sailing the high seas. It's just too much of a hassle. It's too easy to just, you know, buy stuff on disc when it becomes available someplace. Okay. So again, this will give him a little bit of XP in order to help. So see the little XP meter going up, and there we go. Got a level. Let's see. What do I want to level this time? Nah, I'm not going to put it to crafting skill. Let's see. There we go. And let's see. I have some engrams to spend. In fact, I've got 10 of them. So let's see about making that storage box. And sleeping bag would be good, but I know that I probably need a foundation first. So I could just put the box on the ground anywhere, but I prefer to actually put it on a foundation. And I'm going to try to avoid covering up any spawns. So here, let's see. Emphasis on try. Oh, you know, the good thing is that when you're crafting things, especially if you're using the foundation, um, and this applies even if there's a little depth, you can build out on the water. And so if, for example, the bottom is a little far away, you can put down a pillar, and so that brings it up to the surface so that you can build things, and so you can build on the water without covering up the spawns that are here on land. Okay, since we're going to be making this out of thatch, we need a lot of thatch, so that's why I'm sitting here grabbing the pickaxe. I'm terribly burdened, but that's okay because I'm about to build a bunch of things, and so I'm going to lose some weight shortly. You know, the fun part about building, at least in ARK, is that sometimes when you craft things, they somehow lose weight. I guess you lose a little bit of material. Oh, I see a comment in Twitch chat. Pale Jedi says, so, a video game rip-off of a TV show, but when the TV show rips off a video game, they have to sue. Discovery comes to mind. Well, that's the thing, you know, when you rip something off, there's always lawyers involved, and so um, so if it's similar but legally distinct, then it can be a safe ripoff. So yeah, this is the concept of the Land of the Lost is here in ARK, but it's just the concept, you know. Let's see, what were the characters' names? Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. Let's see. Oh, and then speaking of Land of the Lost, there was a Will Ferrell movie, which was an obscenity. I really don't like Will Ferrell, and I did not like his movie. So F you, Will Ferrell. But it felt like it tried to, I guess, mostly, I would say, respect the spirit of the Land of the Lost. But there were some scenes in there I was like, really, did you really have to do that? Like when they wake up with Chaka and they're all wearing towels, and I'm like, oh, good grief, you did Chaka. You know, was did we really need that imagery? You know. The other thing I thought about the Will Ferrell movie is that you didn't get, or at least I didn't get the vibe that with the original Land of the Lost show, the idea was is that the place that they were in was obviously artificially created by someone, and the pylons that were left behind controlled the place, but nobody understood how they worked, and so you would monkey with the different things, and sometimes bad stuff happened as a result, and so it was nice to know the pylons were there, but you generally didn't want to mess with them if you weren't absolutely sure what they were going to do. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I remember the name of the creatures now. The Slee Stack. That's right. I was trying to remember the creatures that were there. Um, Destroyer is here and says the snakes in this game jump scare me, and they are very hard to see on the ground if you're not looking. Yeah, I get a lot of jump scares from time to time. Oh, and it's getting dark, so let's see. I feel the same about Will Ferrell. He tries to be a comedian, but he isn't funny. You know, and the other thing, Pale Jedi, Will Ferrell, please keep your clothes on. There have been movies where, and it's usually a woman who's like, I want to go see the Bewitched movie. I was like, okay, because it's starring Will Ferrell, and I'm thinking, okay, this will be a good one. Maybe he'll be okay in this one. No, he'll figure out a reason to take off his clothes or do something else. I'm like, why? Why do I have to go to these movies? You know, I don't know. Maybe if I was drunk, he would be funny. But there are a couple of. Will Ferrell originally started, I believe, with Saturday Night Live, and he's like in this special group. I mean, I put Kevin Nealon in the same group there, where it's like, okay, you were okay on the show, but you're probably shouldn't be getting any movie roles, or I don't think you can rather carry anything as a leading man yourself. Now, some people will tell me they're like, "Oh, Joe, but that Weatherman movie was so good." And I still haven't seen it, so I'm trying to avoid Will Ferrell movies because I've been traumatized by movies like Elf and other stuff. Oh, see, this is the nice thing about this one is you see I can throw down the torch there, so I can see what I'm doing at night. I don't know if I can do that in Conan Exiles. Oh, so do the leeches, says Destroyer. I don't think I've come across a leech yet in all the times that I've wandered around ARK. I don't think I've been surprised by a leech. When were those added, I wonder? Probably the funniest thing I think I ever did in ARK was I was flying around on an Argentavis, a little flying mount, and I saw this little package coming down from the sky, and I thought, well, maybe I can grab it midair. And so I hit the E key to interact with it, but all that made me do was leap off of my mount, and I was pretty high up, and so I hit the water and died. And now my mount is there hovering, flap, 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 and I can't, get back up there and say, come down, Sparky, I love you, fly down to me, boy. So I had to wait for it to just sort of, I guess, get tired and then come down to the water by itself. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right, so see, I have no walls, so let me guess. We're totally just gonna walk through here anytime we feel like it, right? Those dinosaurs take dumps too, so I'd like to keep them off of my foundation, otherwise I'm going to come back and find a big old prize left for me. Let's see. Oh, speaking of things coming down, see the light there? So every once in a while, these little let's see, what should I call the like care packages or whatever come down from the sky, and they're filled with goodies. That one almost seems like it's close enough to get to, but in the dark, I don't necessarily know what's out there waiting for me. And they might have building materials, and they might have armor or weapons or all kinds of stuff. I'd love to go get one, but I don't want to get lost or encounter something really bad in the dark. Okay, well, I'm trying to stay warm here. Oh, hey, what's up? Speaking of things surprising me, oh, Destroyer says, have you watched Altered Carbon? Yes, I've seen both seasons and I enjoyed them. The leechers are in the swamp. Oh, and it's blue. I don't think you're high enough to open it. You're probably right. Um, Unless you change something in the settings. No, I'm playing with default settings, so everything here is just the default. This is, like I said, this is just a quick test to see how good ARK looks if on my new gaming rig. So I just slid all the settings up to the maximum, and this is just a quick test. I'm not really doing like a serious playthrough or anything here. I'm also kind of contrasting and comparing it to Conan. Exiles, which I was playing last night with the old lady gamer. So I wanted to kind of see how does ARK feel versus Conan, and I noticed my fans. My fans, you probably can't hear them because I have the RTX voice software running, and it screens out a lot of background racket. Um, Go NVIDIA. I mean, they found a good thing for to promote RTX for. It's like, well, I may not have any RTX titles, but that artificial intelligence that RTX voice offers is nice. So it helps to screen out all the noise. So I notice my fans are working harder here with ARK than they do with Conan. Okay, let's see. Now, although that little care package was the oh, okay, let's see. I'm trying to see how the so this is where I guess I am on the island map. Whoops, wrong button. I'm still remembering these controls. So, although that one was not the right level, perhaps the next thing that comes down will be a little bit more my speed. Okay, well, I'm still trying to keep warm here. I was trying to remember, there's a button for showing what the current temperature is. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. 9 degrees, huh? Oh, no wonder I'm cold. And so it's just coming up on 1 o'clock in the morning. So it'll be a little while. The temperature swings are pretty extreme here on the island. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I'm kind of encumbered, so... oh, but I filled this thing up with torches, didn't I? Well, I was making these things in order to make some experience points rather quickly. Plus, I figure I was going to use them at some point. Alright, I'm going to try not to freeze to death here. It's like, come on, fire. What I'd like to do is put up some walls and then have the fire inside. ARK has a little bit of magic to it in that... oh, good grief. Here we go. Are you coming to my fire? These things just pace around. They never seem to sleep or anything. Um, what I always kind of liked was that there's a little bit of magic in Ark. You can make a thatched little hut, and you can put the little fire pit in it, and the hut won't burn down. It's just magic, you know. Oh, hey, look, there we go. Now this one looks like one that I can get. Um, so you know what? Why don't we give that a try? I need to see about making some more storage and dropping a few things so that I'll be able to go over and get that. All right, because the other one is full of torches, so whoops, overshooting here. So come on, make that crate for me. There we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll place that. Whoops, my OCD is kicking. I want it to be as close as possible, but I love how you can set a pin code on the on these things. Let's see. Destroyer says the green traps are like maybe level 15 or 25. I can't remember, uh, but they are in even numbers. Well, we'll see what we see here shortly. So here, I'm going to make a little room, and then we'll see about going over and picking that up. I just want to make sure that I'm not encumbered too badly. Of course, I'm also wondering, am I going to end up freezing in the water? I mean, it's kind of cold out, and I'm sure the water is even colder. So it's like, it's frigid outside. Surely this is the right time to jump into the water, which I guess if I was from one of those Scandinavian countries, I'd be like, you just shrug it off. I've seen all these videos of people from Norway and Finland and Russia. It's just, cut a hole in the ice and go swimming. So I'm like, woo! You know what? Unfortunately, I prefer warmer places. Ooh, see the little ice cube graphic there? Let's see if I make it over here alive. And then watch, I'll make it to the other shore here, and something horrible will be waiting for me in the dark. Let's take a peek. Anything coming to kill me? Anybody? I guess not. Well, then maybe I can actually make it over here, and we'll see what's in this. Oh, Destroyer says you're not going to freeze, to death at least. It may affect you, but it won't kill you. I thought you could freeze to death in this game. Maybe I'm thinking of another title. Oh, good grief. Now it's going to rain on me. It's always something. So, my poor guy is soaking wet, freezing, and here, let's see. Was it worth it? Let's see what's in the supply crate. Ta-da! What? Oh, come on. This is what I get? Oh, well. I'll take it. Honestly. Kind of a waste of a trip. Well, at least we got that. I get a little slingshot. Might come in handy for, like, whoa! Taming something. At least nothing aggressive jumped out at me. Okay, we're not going to bump that thing because that will hurt me. Okay, Destroyer says you can, but cold and hot love have 3 levels, I think. I'll be honest. I'm not that familiar with some of the mechanics of ARK in terms of the nitty gritty stuff. I just run around and just whatever happens, happens. Oh, you know what? In retrospect, maybe I should have left my campfire going. At least then I could see where I was. Oh, good grief. I want to avoid swimming out to sea accidentally. Yeah, now I have no idea where my camp is. I should have left that stupid fire going. Then I'd be able to see it like a beacon in the night. Well, so do I wait it out here until dawn? Well, let's see, I'll have a little something to eat, but, or chance swimming through the water. I was glad that there wasn't like a shark or some barracuda or some other horrible little fish that came and tried to eat me as I was swimming in the dark. Okay, come on, let's see. Well, like I said, so far nothing aggressive or bad. It's still a ways off until dawn, though. I love how I can just instantly light this torch and nothing will put it out except going underwater. And I see more little supply drops and they're like, come to me, Joe, come to me. I'm like, no, no, you're not going to get me again. I'm already lost in the dark. That's what I get for following this thing. Destroyer says it's not cold enough here. Well, I know in some parts of the world it was a rather warm winter, so we'll see what we end up with. I'm guessing it's going to be a very warm summer as well. To be honest, I haven't really looked at the forecasts. Although I did see a thing talking about how there was going to be, you know, a gajillion cicadas popping out to menace everybody. So that would be fun. Okay, well, might as well get some flint while we're here. And, oh, uh-oh. Are you friendly? No, you wouldn't be. But maybe I can make you my friend. Oh, but that little heart means that little thing had a mate. Oh, and here's the mate. Urgh. Compies are annoying. Okay, it's getting lighter, so I might be able to find my way back. Now, this is a little quirk of ARK that I was hoping that they would have fixed by now. Notice that the reflection of the sun, the rising sun, is on the water, but you can't see the sun. The sun's light is actually shining through the island. It comes through the ground, through the hills, mountains, the whole bit. And so I see the reflection on the water of the sun that I can't see. So yeah, but they're never going to fix that. They have pronounced ARK complete. This is the final product. It doesn't really look that much different than when it was in beta, you know. So oh well, because it was in early access for a very long time, and although they added a bunch of DLC, it doesn't really feel that different. At least not to me. It's more stable than it used to be. We used to have some problems with crashiness and other stuff, but it's holding up rather well. Okay, let's see. With all the stuff that I picked up, I can start putting some walls up. So we'll go ahead and we'll research that so that we can finish everything. See, I see a turtle out there, but as long as I don't hit him, he's not going to bite me. The moment I find the fight with a turtle, I'm going to find out, you know, this turtle's a teenager and happens to be a mutant, and then beats the crap out of me. You know. Of course, maybe I can, you know, get away if I throw down a pizza and then, you know, the turtle will stop to eat that as I escape. What the hell kind of swimming was that? A butterfly or something like that? Okay, let's see. Let's make it all better. Oh, of course I'm missing materials. Wait a minute, didn't I? Well, I'll get some more. I was thinking, I was trying to remember whether or not I left any in storage, but with this little pickaxe here, we should be able to get a whole bunch of thatch off of these trees in order to be able to make more stuff. Okay, so we'll grab a little bit of wood and add that to the thatch. Whoops. Want to make sure not to accidentally swing and strike one of these dinos that are just passively hanging around here. Even if you're not worried about the dinosaur hitting you back, sometimes it can create problems to spook them. I found this out the hard way once, where apparently there was a large predator, I think it was a Tyrannosaurus, and I didn't see it. And then I was, swinging casually as I'm, chopping down trees, and I accidentally struck some plant eater who then runs away from me straight into the Tyrannosaur. And the Tyrannosaur, of course, chows down on them, but now it ended up moving closer to where I was, and when it was done eating that, it came after me. And it would not have necessarily noticed me had I not given it a reason to come my way anyways. Let's see. Oh, this is why I'm putting up walls. Look at this. Oh, good grief. Don't take a dump in my house, please. That's actually a resource in this game, is dinosaur poop. You can use it as fertilizer for growing crops. So you never know when these things are going to drop what amounts to a boulder someplace, and so there we go. I'll get some walls up, and then they can respect my space and not come running through all the time. I'm getting so cold. I want to put up the walls, put up a ceiling, and bring the fire inside. Through the magic of ARK, the hut will not burn down, and I'll have a nice little place to be warm and sheltered. Okay, let's see. Put up another there. Probably need some more materials, so. I'm over encumbered. That's something I probably need to level up, is the amount of stuff that I can carry. That's one thing I think I really like about Conan Exiles is, although I haven't tried them out myself yet, is in Conan Exiles you have thralls, so you can capture and domesticate people, into working for you. Whereas in ARK, you got to do it all yourself unless you get somebody else to play with you. Okay, what I was thinking is that normally if I were just to put a ceiling on this, the ceiling would feel very low. So I'm going to go ahead and make it double height in here so that at least it's a decent amount of space on the inside. That's another little bit of ARK magic, is that not only does the hut not burn down if you put the little fire pit inside, it also doesn't fill with smoke, which in the real world, of course it would. So the whole thing would burn down, but you would die of smoke inhalation before you burn to death. So I kind of like ARK's denial of physics. Let's see, I still need some more materials here, so Already over encumbered, and I'm breezing. So this guy's pretty unhappy. I love how he does that little flip as we switch different tools. I always thought that was kind of funny. Okay, I'm just making sure, and when I see movement, the first thing I'm like, predator? Oh, not a predator. Okay. Running as if they're alarmed? No, they're walking normally, so. Okay, let's see. The nice thing about ARK, and this is something it shares with Conan Exiles, is that by placing the item there on the bar, if you don't happen to have one available, you just click it, and then it will make it, and you can place it all in one shot. So, saves you from having to go through multiple menus. There we go. So, now it's time to sit there and craft roof pieces so we can keep the rain out. And then finally, when we're done with that, we can see about crafting a door. Oh, need more fiber. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Dum dum dum. Let's see. Okay, got a little bit more. Let's see if we can finish this roof. Oh, good grief. Now it's thatch. Did I have any in here? Oh, I did. I was thinking that I already had some. So that way I can, well, you know what? Shoot. I think I could have picked up the one that was outside, but that's all right. We'll just make another one for inside. So this will keep the place warm and give us some place to cook. Yeah, see it says pick up campfire. I should have just grabbed the one that was outside, but okay. I've got two, no big deal. Okay, I just need a few more building materials in order to finish the ceiling there and to be able to build that door. Whoops. Uh-oh. Gotta fix my tool here. No, come on, use the tool. Use the tool. Don't just punch the tree. Okay, well, the good thing is another level So here, let's see about increasing. There we go. And oh, got a friend. Well, not exactly a friend, but come on, you want to play? You want to play, huh? There we go. You wanted to eat me? No, I'm gonna eat you. All right, we'll put our little friend on the grill here after we get everything set up. There we go. So door researched, but yeah, I was gonna wait, but you know, this way I can make sure to keep the critters out since we do have small pet predators running around. And now I can see about finishing this roof. So the last thing I need to do is have one of those little things come in here. Okay, there we go. My little hut box thing is finished. Yes, it has storage, and it would probably be handy to have like a little sleeping bag or something. The sleeping bags basically give you a spawn point. So that way you're not spawning at some random location throughout the island and then have to make your way back. I've gone through that plenty. Okay, so I have to learn the hide sleeping bag before I can learn the simple bed. So the sleeping bag is a prerequisite. Oh, and then there's wooden club here. Now this is what I like to affectionately call the love me stick. So you beat critters into unconsciousness and then make them love you for it. So maybe we can go make a new friend with the love me stick here. Yeah, so far I've been having to do everything myself, and it's well, a matter of being very persuasive. So it would probably help if I had a little buddy to give me a hand. And we know that those small predators are running around. I could probably tame one of those and make it love me. Well, not in a bad way, but it loved me enough that it would fight for me. Okay, get your head out of the gutter. Yeah, I'd have to be pretty darn lonely before it's like, you know, little dino, you're so pretty. Let's see. I know they've been running around here and terrorizing these plant eaters, so hopefully I'll come across one here in a bit. Okay, let's see. Oh, speaking of which, look at that. Someone's running away. And there's one now. Look at that. Scaring our buddies, huh? Well, let's see. Okay, I thought I had one already, but here, let's make the love me stick. All right, it's all by himself. Let me show him how much I love him. Come here, little buddy. I love you very much. I want you to be my little friend forever. Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, I love you too, man. He's like, yeah, I got love for you. Wait a minute, I got more love. Don't go. Where are you going? And whack. There we go. All right, so he's unconscious, but he's not really hurt all that bad. And so we give him a little meat here. And the idea is that I guess a breakthrough in man-dinosaur communication is made in that I don't know if giving him the narcoberries helps or not. I think they have to be made into a narcotic in order to actually be effective, but I figure I would just try it. So the idea here is that I feed them. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, you know what? I've only got room for one in my little club here, so I'm gonna have to kill you. In fact, you know what? I can kill you and feed you to the other guy. There we go. Oh, I don't feel so good. How bad am I hurt? Pretty bad. Actually, that thing chewed me up pretty good. Okay, notice how it says unconscious and taming. So the idea here is that I stuff some food down his gullet, and he'll wake up and realize, oh, this is the guy who gave me food. And if I follow this guy, well, then I'll get lots of food all the time. So I want to be his buddy, at least hopefully. And there's a little mechanic where, notice, like I said, there's two little meters, unconscious and taming. And so in some cases, it takes longer to tame something than it would normally be unconscious. And that's where those narco berries come in handy, because you grind them up. Let's see, what should I name this guy? And then you make like this narcotic, which causes them to sleep longer. Yeah, we'll just call you Tinker. And that way you have more time for the taming to take effect. Alright, so now I have a little buddy, and let's see, there's a way to command him. Let's see, I'm going to say, I just want him to follow me, and to attack whatever I attack. Oh, I should have enabled, well, no, I'm not going to worry about it. So I could say enable only target conscious. So if I wanted to capture things, my little guy won't eat them and kill them. But right now I'm not worried about capturing anything else. So now I've got a little friend, and say for example, I'm like, I want to eat something here, and I want you to help me. He'll be all over it. So I'm here on the island, and I have backup. Boy, this guy sure does take a while. Oh, it's T for him to follow you. Okay. All right. Thanks. And you to stop the follow. Well, thank you out there in Twitch chat. Osizer77 is reminding me of the command, so. Okay. Let's see. I like how these guys are flying really low. Maybe we can catch one of them. Okay, let's see. You know what? Here, I'll take that away. I was thinking that those would come in handy, but maybe they don't. And you know what? Here, let's see. You can have a little bit more meat there. Actually, this little guy's going to eat really well with me, so that should be a lot of fun. By the way, if you're just joining me on Twitch, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm having fun with ARK here. And this is just basically a quick test of ARK. I recently built a new gaming rig, and I wanted to see how much better, or how much the same, ARK looked with my new rig. So this is an R9 3900X with 32 gigs of RAM and a 2080 Super. And everything is running off of SSDs. My computer has no hard drives. And so I wanted to see if ARK's performance looked any better. Hey, we can get some meat out of this thing. Yeah, go get him, buddy. Come on, Tinker. You're supposed to be able to charge after these things and chew them up. There he is. He's jumping into the action. So I'm guessing a whole pack of these little guys would be really handy for hunting purposes. Oh, wow, he is still chowing down. This is where that whole bit about attack only conscious comes in handy. So if I wanted to tame that, I would probably set it to attack only conscious. And so as the it was laying there unconscious, I assumed that the attacks would stop. I've never actually used that feature, but I assume that's what it's probably for. Oh, and let's see. Osizer says, and on the dinos that you ride, press F for them to go into their inventory. Okay, well, I don't have one tamed yet to ride. This is my first dinosaur that I've tamed here, but we'll see about getting something. Oh, look at this guy. I will call him Lunch. When you're that plump and you're that slow, bad things are going to happen to you on the Ark Island. Oh yeah, yum yum, Tinker. Yeah, Tinker chewed that up. So now that he's my little buddy, he is never going to go hungry, pretty much. Dum, dum, dum. So this is what our Arc looks like with all the settings just set to Ultra. I just took all of Arc's settings and set them to the max, and I wanted to see what it would look like on the new rig. Oh, speaking of the Ryzen R9 3900X, currently there is a bit of a fight going on between Intel, which is still stuck on 14 nanometer, and so they're like, well, it's like 14 nanometer, like plus. Meanwhile, AMD is laughing in 7 nanometer, and Intel was trying to tout their latest processors. They're like, well, look, we added some features to make them better. And so AMD retaliated and said, "All right, then we're going to drop the price on the R9s." In fact, I think the 3900X dropped by, I want to say, $30 or $40 just this week, which makes it an even better value. Um, I've seen some people who say, Joe, I think a 3900X is excessive and you don't need that. I was like, oh, you don't tell me what I need. I want all the threads for the games. And the fun part is that, and some people will point this out, they'll say, well, these game titles will never use all of the threads, but that's fine. If you're streaming, this means that you get all the threads dedicated for gameplay, and then you have threads left over for being able to encode it at full speed and capacity, and to be able to record and if you're using like some kind of a program like FaceRig, everything can run at full speed. Saber-tooth salmon. Oh shoot, these things bite. Ah, get away from me. Okay, these are not friendly fish. Boy, I had it easy with the damn coelacanths. Um, oh no, Tinker, don't die. There's a lot of them. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Let's see. Come out of that water, man. They're going to eat you. Yeah, let's see if I can at least get my salmon that I killed. And then we'll hurry up and get out of the water. Oh, here come more of them. Ah, crud. Get out of the water. Go. Oh, look, there's one right there. Oh, Tinker might finish them off. I hope. Don't die, Tinker, please. Next you should probably tame a parasaur for your mount. I like parasaurs, especially because of their amphibious nature. They swim through the water at very high speed, comparatively, so and they seem to make good pack animals for carrying a lot of stuff. Let's see, did I get all of them? Oh, wait a minute, here comes more. Maybe I'm getting greedy. Ah, there it is. There it is. Yeah, let's see if I can at least get this. I guess the fog is rolling in. It's not that late. I mean, wow, it's not even 3 o'clock, and it's getting foggy. I thought at first maybe we were getting close to sundown, but no chance there. Osizer77 says, and with parasaurs in PvP, they detect enemies from a certain radius. You know, I did not know that. I only played on PvP servers a couple of times, and I'll be honest, it was a miserable experience. And I was like, you know what, I have fun with the exploration and the environment and dealing with all the dinosaurs, but you know, other players trying to gank me 24/7 is like completely the opposite of fun for me. So I don't bother with the PvP servers. Plus, the ones that are quote unquote public, people will put booby traps at all the spawn points, so you just spawn in spikes and die. And it's like, wow, this doesn't feel friendly at all. Uh, and so it's, I don't know, all the PvP servers in ARK is just seems like an exercise in self-hate if you connect to them. So I don't bother with those. Osizer77 says, "Have you got any bolas?" No, not yet. I had this character has just started, and so I have not yet made any. Whoops! I guess I left the door open. Here, let's close the door because otherwise Tinker will come inside. He can sit out there. All right, and we brought back a lot of meat, some of which did not make it all the way, so it's already spoiled. But here, we'll take what we do have. Oh, is it two different kinds of fish? I guess so. And we'll cook all of this up. It's going to take a while for this to cook. I love the ARK magic where you can set off a fire inside a thatched hut and it doesn't burn the place down. And oh, well, that's right. I've still got this other campfire, so I can take advantage of that one too. So we'll let them both run. Oh, press U so Tinker stops following you. Well, at the moment, I do want him to follow me because I'm still looking around for different things, but we'll set him someplace here in a little bit. Okay, we'll get a little bit more health, trying to make me more survivable. Yeah, like I said, so far this has been a test just to see how ARK really looks on Ultra with everything just set up to the max. So we have maximum draw distance and detail and reflections and basically just everything. Um, let's see here. Let's put this stuff in here. And like I said, the one takeaway that I noticed the most is that it looks beautiful, but at the same time, it doesn't feel as optimized as other sandbox titles. It's the only bone I really have to pick with ARK is if they would just optimize their rendering a little bit better, make better use of the hardware. Prime fish meat, huh? Come on, Tinker. Let's see. Yeah, let him have that. The spoiled meat can come in handy for use in creating narcotics later to also help with taming. Oh, look at that. I see we have another delivery, another supply crate. I'm curious as to see what might be in there. Oh, let's see. Osizer says press F on Tinker as well so you can access his inventory. You know, I always wondered how the inventory on these dinos is supposed to work. It's like, are you just, I mean, it's not like he has pockets. So it's, are you like, okay, Tinker, open wide. Okay, please don't bite my arm off as I reach down your throat. And you take stuff out of his stomach. Dum 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 dum. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting tired. Oh, that looks like a shark out there. What? Come on, Tinker. We have a long way to go in order to get to the goodies here. Oh, look at that. It's... Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if this is a good idea. That island over there, it's a smaller island, which is... It is physically separate from the island that I'm on. So we'll have to do a little swimming in order to get there. I'm just looking at... I know that it's a little bit more dangerous over in that section. I'm trying to think of a way to get there with the least amount of danger. Of course, I don't know what we might run into here along the beach. So... Oh, plus I'm a bit hungry at the moment. Maybe I should have supplied my little expedition a little bit better before heading out for this thing. Oh, Sizer77 says, I think Tinker is following you. Yes, I believe he should be. I just want to make sure not to lose him. Good grief. I guess I'm really hungry. Oh, and the sun is going down. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea at this time of day because it's going to get dark out here and there's like vicious things. Yeah, maybe we'll head out in the morning. Well, of course, by then that thing will be gone already. Oh, well. I'm not going to run around in the dark on that island. Oh, there's Tinker. Stuck on some wood, I guess. Come on, Tinker. There we go. Have to have a good path. Dum 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 dum. All right, this time I don't want to swim around in the dark, so we'll get back, rest up, have plenty to eat, and then maybe set out in the morning for a little exploration. Oh, that's right. And this time I left the fire burning, so it's very obvious where the camp is. Let's see. Just making sure nothing... We saw that shark earlier. So I want to make sure I don't run into something carnivorous here in the water. Well, like I said, these berries are not the most satisfying thing, but they'll do in a pinch. And plus, I've got all that meat that was back here cooking, so that should be no problem once I get back over to the base. Okay, hopefully Tinker kept up with me all this time. There we go. There's plenty of meat here. So we'll put that fire out and... get nice and warmed up. Cooking all this, wow, and it's still going. All this virtual food is making me hungry for real food. I'm probably going to take a break soon and have something to eat. It's just about lunchtime here anyways. So let's see. Yeah, I'd like to get that bed, but I'll have to see about getting the sleeping bag first, of course, since they require that you learn one before you can go to the other. Let's see, oh, the door sort of blends in with everything else. Sun's going down. Grief, that monster is still on the shoreline just tearing stuff up. All right, go get that thing for me. Normally those things are a pain and a half to consume because they have really hard shells and you just have to beat on them, beat on them, beat on them in order to get them. This way I can be kind of lazy and I just kind of like tag it, let Tinker get it. And oh no, 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 Tinker, don't. Ah! Oh, yes, of course. We hit the Triceratops. Oh, good grief. These crabs are just not worth it. Oh no, now I'm in trouble. I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Ow. Oh, run away. Oh no, killed by the Triceratops. Oh well, so that was our little visit into ARK to see how things look with the new Red Storm, my new gaming rig. And I think it's about that time. It's about the time for me to get something to eat in real life. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at how everything looks on Ultra. So we saw it with maximum draw distance and everything set to the highest settings just to see how pretty can ARK look. And to be honest, I like Conan Exiles better. Oh well. Uh, yeah, but ARK is still interesting. It would be fun to explore sometime. Maybe I'll come back to ARK someday. Thank you for joining me here on Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming channel, and we'll have fun looking at sandbox titles like this here next time in the future. And remember, if you haven't followed, if you drop me a follow, that way you'll get a notification whenever I'm online. Unfortunately, my schedule has been fluid. Sometimes I'm having to work crazy hours, and so I don't always know when I'm going to be online. But it was nice to see all of you today. See you next time.